We are spending some time with the new Ford Maverick. I've already driven one for about an hour, a Lariat trim, but this one is an XLT, the Hybrid, and we're spending a whole week living with it, seeing what it's like. With the key here, it's actually still a little pop-out key. The XLT trim is right in the middle. Got some nice red paint. This interior is pretty nice for the price point for sure. This is a very price-conscious little truck, so push button start is not something that's standard. Oh, but it's a hybrid, so it just turns on in electric mode. The vehicle is now on. The Maverick is one of the most affordable new vehicles I've seen in a while. I've got manual seats here, this XLT trim. I have to drop it down a little bit. It's a very small, compact little truck with a base price just under $20,000. That's with like no options or anything on them. This XLT is a pre-production car, so it doesn't actually have a price on the window sticker, but they're in the mid-20s, I believe. The configurator should be up. Again, I drove a top-tier Lariat trim, and you can get the 2-liter EcoBoost. This one is the hybrid front-wheel drive, which I remember seeing targeted like 40 plus MPG, which is really, really impressive. We'll talk more about specific numbers and details as we spend some more time with it, but I'm gonna just head to work now and get my first impressions in with the hybrid Ford Maverick. I literally just pulled out of my driveway, but I had to stop and show that. 562 miles to empty. That's a lot. Holy crap, I did not expect to see that number for the range. It's really impressive. We're in silent, pure electric mode. I am genuinely shocked. I've been driving to work like normal. We're at 55.8 MPG. It's over 56, but it's dropping slightly as it go up a hill. The range is going up. What? 15-mile drive later, I am officially impressed at how efficient the Ford Maverick Hybrid is. Indicated 57.9 MPG. Range went up quite a lot, almost 600 miles on a tank. It's all because this thing is a hybrid. So if you look on the left side, there isn't actually a tachometer. It just says 0 to 50 to 100% power with the battery side too. So I said this in the other video. In this exact way, the Ford Maverick is the same as a Rolls-Royce, because Rolls-Royces also don't have a tachometer. They just show power reserve, how much power you have left. So that's probably the only similarity between a Maverick and a Rolls-Royce Phantom. But we're at work now, so I have some meetings to get to. We'll pick this back up later today. As I've driven a bit more, the fuel economy has come back to something that's a little more reasonable. The other number was absolutely way too optimistic. Actually, somebody on Facebook commented on the post I made of the insane 58 MPG or whatever it was, and like did some math and was like, that would mean a range of 700 something miles, which obviously it's not going to have. So it was a little optimistic. We're coming back to normal, which is still the 40s, which is quite impressive. We're actually on our way to go get some bagels for the office. So today is going to be, or this week is going to be like test the practicality in every single possible way with the Ford Maverick. And we'll start with putting like 50 bagels in the vehicle. To Panera we go. All right, so 50 bagels isn't really that much of a test of the Maverick's practicality, so we'll have to do something else for sure. Again, flip out key, which I haven't seen since my dad's Ford Fusion. And it feels weird because it's a hybrid, so that's on. I'm used to like cranking the key ignition and hearing like an engine start before I'm ready to go, but that's on and ready to drive in pure silence because, again, this is the hybrid version. It's weird. I'm used to hybrids push button start, not hybrids with turn to start keys. Maybe I'm just spoiled. Probably am spoiled. These little orange accents are pretty cool too. They're also on the door handle. I was out all day in the R8 getting the new exhaust installed, but it's home now and it's snowing. And the winter tires for the R8 haven't showed up yet, so I need a swap for the Maverick. So going from a mid-engine 500 horsepower R8 to a very fuel-efficient, very value-oriented, practical Ford Maverick. It definitely won't sound as good, but look, it's already. This is the first snow of the year, I think. Oh, that makes me unhappy. That makes me very unhappy. But the Ford Maverick should be able to handle it. I hope. No heated seats though. I'm definitely gonna miss having heated seats. This is still just so weird. You put the key in, and then, oh, the engine fired up because it's cold. Because sometimes you do that when it's warm out, it just goes hybrid mode and there's nothing. All right, let's see. Nope, that's a turn signal. There we go. This truck is a very interesting combination of features and also lack of features. So we have lane keep assist where it actually nudge the steering wheel to make sure you're in the lane, auto headlights, but again, like, no push button start, no power seats, and no heated seats and things like that. You can get the luxury package that adds a couple more things into it, but they definitely remove some content to hit a price point, and honestly, the powertrain and the practicality and the value of this truck makes up for like all of it. Another cold, brisk morning with the Ford Maverick. I still don't love the front end styling. It's just the headlights for me are too, like, they're large and basic looking, but come around the side, I mean, it's just a simple truck. Simple, compact, it's really small. It's something like half a foot shorter than an F-150. So it's the size of probably the previous generation Ranger. 4.5 foot bed back here, which does have the spray-in bed liner. And then around back, again, pretty simple taillights. We do have Maverick stamped into the lift gate. Some people get really, or tailgate, some people get really annoyed that they have this off-centered license plate. It is very difficult to say anything bad about the Ford Maverick because everything just can be countered by the fact that this is so affordable. It's such a good value. It's actually garnered a lot of interest from coworkers and friends. I've had people messaging me like, hey, what is it like? Which trim do you have? I've been thinking about getting one, or coworkers asking to go for a ride. This Ford Maverick has literally gathered as much attention as something like a GT500 for a whole different reason. This is very attainable. People are really interested because they get the practicality, the efficiency, in a package that costs less than most other things out there. I mean, I don't think there's a single other compact pickup truck that can even touch this in terms of value. And this is cheaper, I think, than even the Ford Escape when you have the really base level equipped. Regardless, Ford definitely positioned this in a way from a price standpoint that makes it insanely compelling and competitive. One downside, I wish there was an all-wheel drive hybrid setup. To get all-wheel drive, you do have to do the 2-liter, so you lose the hybrid powertrain, which is a trade-off, right? This is front-wheel drive only. To get the 2-liter, you could have all-wheel drive. That's okay. And honestly, the way this one is optioned, it's all right. It's all right. I don't need all the crazy luxury features, especially at this price point. This interior is just really unique, creative use of materials, cool color combination with this dark blue and the light gray textures here. Have this open here in the armrest / grab handle for taller water bottles or things you want to slide in right there. Also exposed bolt heads because that means it's more rugged. Cool little orange accents. Also have some of these bolts here right on the dash. And then again, we have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I do have to plug in, but this is weird because this little opening, you really can't put anything in there because, like, what if it just flies out? It almost seems like they were gonna make a bigger screen and then decided to put a smaller one and just had the space planned out. This opening is a little bit strange to me. 31 degrees, not happy about that. Coming down again, single zone climate control, no heated seats on this model, a lot of storage space. USB-C and USB regular. We've got the rotary transmission dial, parking brake. We have auto hold, so when you're at a stop, you take your foot off the brake and the car holds it for you. Traction control, your different drive modes. Not sure what that slot is right there. More storage, really deep center cubby here too. I usually put this little vlog camera in there. And then yeah, this one has been optional with cruise control. Pretty straightforward. It's now that time of year where it starts getting dark at like 4 o'clock. About to take the Maverick to Costco to go pick up a lot of canned goods, dry goods, food for a food drive that we're doing at work. And I'm gonna test out the capacity of the Maverick. How much stuff can we fit in it to donate? So we're taking it to Costco, which is a great place to test cargo capacity. So I may have gone a little bit overboard at Costco, but it's all for a good cause. And now Steve and I, where'd Steve go? Steve and I will be trying to get all of this into the back of the Maverick. Maverick isn't huge, but the liftgate is not damped. All right, so we're gonna put the camera down because Steve and I have to load all of this into the back. Or I'll just film and Steve does all the labor. How's that sound?
Sounds like pretty much every day at work.
Oh, every day at work, I see how it is. No, I help. I help. All right, I'm gonna put the camera down. We do have some bed lighting, which definitely helps because we've hit winter and it's 5 o'clock and it's like pitch dark outside now, so that's helpful. We may need to use the back seat, which does fold up actually, which I don't know if that's more, okay, I'll do that later. Let me help Steve. I'm actually seriously impressed. So a little bit of stuff in the back seat, but there's the bed full. It may not be the biggest truck, but that's certainly as practical as we possibly could have needed. Back to the office for the food drive. Then we have to unload all of this, so hopefully we get some help. Thank you, Steve, and thank you, Maverick. Earlier when I couldn't get the rear seat to fold up, that was complete Eddie user error. There was a little cloth pull strap here you have to grab and pull, and then the rear seat goes up like that, and we can store things underneath here. So, practicality. If you listen carefully, that is the noise the Maverick Hybrid makes when it's in reverse, because it can run in pure electric mode, going backwards. Average fuel economy has dropped a bit to just under 40 mpg over the 200 miles I drove this Maverick, but that's still a really impressive number, especially given the fact that it's getting colder now and I wasn't driving as fuel efficiently, so I am impressed by that. Wrapping up my final night and week with the Ford Maverick. So this XLT trim really hits the middle sweet spot. It's got some of the nice features. It actually has a surprising amount of some of the tech and driver assist features. So we have lane keep assist. Not only will it sense that you're straying from a lane, it'll actually steer it and nudge you back into the lane. Automatic high beams, Apple CarPlay, auto hold, things like that are pretty impressive for a truck at this price point in the low to mid $20,000 range, like well under $30,000. The powertrain is very efficient. It's not fast. It doesn't tow as much as the 2-liter with the all-wheel drive, the turbo EcoBoost setup. Obviously, bigger trucks will also tow more, have bigger payload, but it's also so tiny and maneuverable. Like, parking this thing is so easy. My only real complaint is I don't really like the way it looks, and that's, again, a personal preference type of thing, and I really do wish you could get the hybrid powertrain with all-wheel drive. Otherwise, I mean, for the value, the Maverick is extremely, extremely impressive. I'm sure Ford is going to sell a lot of these. I think this thing will be very, very successful. With that, we'll end our week living with the new Ford Maverick. Also did another walk-around drive video with the Lariat trim a while ago. That was an even shorter amount of time with it, but I'm pretty impressed. Kind of wish they put this into like a little sedan or hatchback, but I think part of the reason why it exists is because Ford stopped making normal cars. It's all trucks and SUVs now. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.